going on, Jerome's? So, obviously, we still believe in Jonathan James McCarthy to be the future franchise quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. He's going to bring a dozen drum bars to his team in the next 10 years. But that faith is taking a hit the last couple weeks. Now, as we said, have to give him time, have to give him support. He does have support. He's got a freaking Ferrari for an offense, man. Quarterback whisper is there too. And success is not linear. We say this all the time, but even the most pontificator of purple positivity, the last 3 games have been rough, right? So obviously, great success against the Lions. Had a good drive at the end against the Bears, but the rest of it, against the Ravens, procedural issues all over the place, throwing fastballs. Bears game not so much better. The Packers game literally could not complete a screen pass, right? And there's all this talk right now about historically bad Jamarcus Russell type stuff. I don't think we're there yet, but these last 3 games, it doesn't have to be a superstar out the box, and it is only 6 starts in, but at a certain point, you got to start seeing something, right? Because it's not a large enough of a sample size to be like, hey, he's a bust. But it's enough of a sample size to be just raise an eyebrow or two. And the schedule, the Vikings basically eliminated from playoff contention. Got 6 weeks left. And also on the schedule, you had slinging Sammy Darnold, a.k.a. Seattle's quarterback, and that great Seattle defense. Not looking forward to it. Vikings are 9.5-point dogs. Well, I take that back. It's either going to be great or it's going to be terrible. There's no in between. Like the Vikings go in there, win 33-29, or McCarthy has 4 turnovers and completes 40% of his passes, and Darnold throws 7 touchdowns. There's no in between, man. No in between, right? And now you're starting to see why Kevin Connell put so much stock in Carson Wentz, even when Carson Wentz's arm was ripped off, potentially, right? And of course, the talking point right now is Max Brosmer, the Bro Show. We're all stars now in the Bro Show. The UDFA backup made the roster. Quarterback 3. Now elevated quarterback 2. Was quarterback 2 when JJ was hurt. Was quarterback 2 now that Carson Wentz is out. Gotta see what the kid has. AKA America's quarterback. The Bro Show. Right? And the whole thing about it too is that, again, if you don't make these jokes, you're just going to laugh. Or you're just going to cry, too. Where you got McCarthy, you got Wentz, you have Brosmer. Could this be the new Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo, Brock Purdy? Pretty good situation, right? And we talked about Brosmer. Liked his time with the Gophers. FCS runner-up for their Heisman Trophy, the Walter Payton Award. And you saw him in preseason, dropping dimes out there, getting rid of the ball quick, and also gotten a lot of praise from the coaching staff for basically living at TCO, being a student of the game, preparing as much as he can. And at a certain point, obviously you want the best for McCarthy long term, and I feel like we may be reaching a point where it may actually be beneficial for McCarthy to sit for a game or two. And I don't say that lightly at all, because we've been the advocate of, like, he just needs reps, but not all reps are created equal. Because if he just has yet another game where he's clearly overthinking things inside his own head, that could actually be more damage than good. Right? Not all reps are good reps. So I know there's a clamoring amongst the fan base. Well, let's see what the kid has. Frankly, not quite fully on the train yet, but we're starting to trend towards that way. And here's a couple of reasons why. Number one, all right, so J.J. McCarthy is great in practice. Obviously, was great in training camp, because Kevin Connell keeps talking about how McCarthy has had great practices, but just you can't see it on the field. And I think a major part of that is Kevin Connell trying to fix his mechanics in season. So every single throw McCarthy makes, he's thinking about, okay, have my feet here, got to have my eyes here, got to be looking here, got little finger down the seam of the trousers, and all that stuff versus just doing. All right, where has McCarthy had success this year? First game against the Bears, where he didn't know what he didn't know, which is great. Then coming back from injury against the Lions, and he just able to play, just able to ball out. And the last drive against the Bears, just like, F it, just go ahead and sling it. That's essentially what he did in that spot. And basically, like we said, if he had been ass in practice, if he was Tim Tebow in practice, that would have leaked out. That would have gotten out. So that's not the case. Plus, training camp, every single day, every single way up against the Florida's defense, he held his own. He looked pretty damn good, right? And that's in front of all the fans. So it's kind of hard to hide that, kind of hard to fake it. So that's not the issue. The issue is trying to fix everything right now, and he's drinking from a fire hose. And frankly, he may need a breath because you could just tell, like body language wise, he's overthinking, and he's trying. He's thinking, okay, my mechanics need to be perfect, and I need to not screw up. You know what that leads to? Bad mechanics and screwing up. It's essentially what it is. He's in his own head. He's walking on eggshells, and it's maybe time for him to just catch his breath. Like, hey, I'm still going to be successful in this league. I have a lot of things to work on right now, but this is for the best at this moment in time. And also for the Vikings, you know, it is sort of just as simple as, hey, we got to see what we have in the bro show, right? Because the Vikings season this year is basically kaput. Like, they need to win out and get some help to make the playoffs, right? So now it's focusing on 2026. So, yes, it'd be great for McCarthy to play these games, look good, but is that going to happen, right? And with Brosmer, more than just you got to see what he has, it is kind of that, though, where your number one thing is who's going to be at quarterback in 2026, right? Because if the Vikings get a high enough draft pick, they may consider that. I mean, Chosen Rosen was the one and done in Arizona when they got Kyler. Also, we're not getting Kyler, no, but 2026 free agents right now, the usual suspects. Daniel Jones probably getting franchise tagged at least by the Colts. Carson Wentz is there. No pants for Trey Lance. Malik Willis. What you talking about, Willis? That actually may be the play. Stealing him from Green Bay? No. But you need to know if Brosmer can be in that competition next year, right? Or if Brosmer is just like a fun, like little one-off story. Like, is he Tanner Morgan? Is he Mitch Leidner on the end of the bench, former Gopher quarterbacks who end up with the Vikings for a cup of coffee? Or can he actually be legitimate in terms of competition? Could he potentially be the starter? You could certainly find that out over the last 6 games because, hey, guess what? If the offense starts growing and showing, and Brosmer's top 2 attributes are things that J.J. McCarthy not very good at right now. Getting rid of the ball quick and being accurate. That's everything that he's done. Going back to New Hampshire, going back to his season for the Gophers, set a single season completion percentage record for the Gophers, I believe. I could beat out Asab Abdul Khalik or Adam Weber. Don't know. But that's what's been lacking from this offense right now. It's like, yeah, I mean, the offensive line sometimes has struggled. McCarthy's taking sacks, hanging on to the ball too long, sailing passes. Sometimes he can't hit the broadside of the barn, but sometimes he drops freaking dimes, man. All right, but also, the benching doesn't mean that it's over for McCarthy. Just because Brosmer comes in for a game or two doesn't mean that he's damned forever. Doesn't mean that the Vikings are going to cut or trade him. Everyone talks about, Bryce Young got benched, starting to round back into form. Bryce Young got benched after 2 games. Also, yes, Brosmer is a UDFA, except the coaching staff certainly doesn't see him that way. They trust him with the quarterback 2 job. And actually, Brosmer is 660 days older than J.J. McCarthy. He's almost 2 years older than him. And both have a very mature worldview. And Brosmer's actually played more football than McCarthy. 49 games in college versus 40 for J.J. Now, obviously, New Hampshire versus Michigan, Minnesota versus Michigan, but it's still ball, right? And it just does feel like Brosmer has a little something there, but you're never going to know unless you know, right? And more importantly, like we said, you need to find out if Brosmer can be viable for 2026, because if he is, then you can roll into 2026 confidently with Bro Show and J.J. McCarthy, battling it out for the number 1 spot. Or if Brosmer proves that he's not that guy, then you still going to give J.J. McCarthy every single chance to succeed, but then you need to make a priority at quarterback, whether it's trading for a proven veteran who can compete in that spot, potentially drafting a quarterback high, and that really all hinges on Max Brosmer, who's right now Bob Dylan style complete unknown. So, like I said, I I don't see the Vikings just sitting McCarthy just to sit him. But, Machiavellian style is like, hey, you got Seattle on the board next. You have the whole Sam Darnold narratives. It's one of the best defenses in the league. Why not sacrifice Bro Show and just give him a whole, hey, man, sink or swim. This is your shot. Then also, what if Brosmer looks good? I don't know. But, saving McCarthy from himself, and then all of a sudden you're back home. Offense might get booed. I don't know. On December 7th, the day they'll live in infamy, the Vikings take it to the broken up commies defense. Yeah. Also, that's what's bothered me too. Like, the Falcons defense is clearly ass. The Bears defense is missing a lot of dudes and is kind of ass. Packers defense is overrated, but they look like the freaking 85 Bears. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like we said, I know it's a hot topic right now, in Minnesota barrooms forever. Well, we got to give a chance to Brosmer. Maybe he could be Brock Purdy. Fully get it. Fully understand it. Do I expect the coaching staff to actually make this move, actually have the cojones to do it? No. But if you take a step back, this actually could be beneficial to both Max Brosmer, who gets a shot, as well as JJ McCarthy, who gets to catch his breath. Because right now, the kid's just overwhelmed, right? And this is not good football. This is not good reps. And this actually could do permanent damage to him for his career, with his team, and just for him in general. So, we'll see. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. We're all stars now in the Bro Show. Vikings should go to Max Brosmer, both for his benefit and also to benefit JJ McCarthy. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best to do. Skull production value.